Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Capital Conflict. Big up to every single one of you. We are deep into the Club World Cup action right now. Man City are 2-0 up against Wydad FC. We have Flamengo, the biggest game of the Club World Cup so far for us, coming up within the next 2 days. And we've also got a ton of transfer news and also news about Mr. Talent 8 enough himself, Mykhailo Mudryk, who's now locked up for the long time. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Smash the likes. We're here to talk all things Chelsea, West Ham, Arsenal. Going to be reacting to the fixture list from this season as well. And yeah, big up everybody. Hit the likes, sub, and let's get into it. Mikez, first off, hope everything's been well. Hope you've had a peaceful week. Hope life's been good.
Yeah. Life's good. Sun's out. Holiday next week. YouTube's doing well. Family life is good. And then there's West Ham. But we'll get onto that later. But yeah, big up to the panel. Big up to the chat, bro. Everything else but football is good. And yeah, fixtures already, man. I just recovered 2 weeks ago. I don't need to think about next season right now. I really don't need to think about it. So yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Good to be back on.
See you soon. We'll see you soon. Northside. Hope everything's well, man. Hope you've had a good week.
Yeah, everything's good, man. I echo what Mike said. Everything's good apart from my club. Everything else is good, man. I mean, obviously, we can't be touring as much as Mike's. Obviously, he's got a lot of tour dates right now. You know what I'm saying? Multiple holidays. Mine's just road to Madrid. You know what I'm saying? That's the theme until we get to Madrid. So road to Madrid. But yeah, man, everything's all right outside of football, man. But yeah, man, love having me on.
Lovely. Great to have you on as well, man. Smash the likes, everybody. Sub to the panel. The link is down in the description below. Big up to Will for joining the membership. Says talent ain't enough, but drugs are. Bah! That's the perfect way to start this stream, man. We got the official announcement an hour ago that Mykhailo Mudryk has been charged by the FA for anti-doping violations and could face all the way up to a 4-year ban. This is probably one of the more obvious news topics because we've just been waiting for this. We were told up to 12 weeks in December. Up to 12 weeks and we get an update on Mudryk's situation. We've gone all the way to June, mid-June. And now we finally got the announcement that everybody already knew was going to be the case. Mudryk is fucked, basically. Now, he's probably not going to end up with a 4-year ban because based on the situation, I don't think he knew what he was taking, but you still took it. You still took it, which means you're probably going to get slapped with the 1-year or 2-year ban or some sort of like mid-ground. And I guess that might be a bit okay for him in terms of the fact that he'll still have some sort of a footballing career. But it won't be anything relevant at Chelsea Football Club at this point because Mudryk, before the ban, was barely even getting into this team, let alone being out of the game for the best part of 2 to 3 years. And in terms of what Chelsea can do, I think we can't really sack him unless he actually gets found guilty of it. Right now, he's only just been charged. It's still going to end up going to an appeal, and then it might end up being reduced. And whatever the final ban is, will also probably be from the point of when he was first banned from playing football, which would be in December. I'd hope we can try and push back all of his wages up to that point, because if we're paying for the wages of someone that's got themselves banned, that's fucking stupid from our front. But we'd actually have to wait for him to get found guilty of it, and then maybe get the max term, and then maybe we could see about sacking him, and then try and take it to court, try and get the rest of the money back that we spent of him through either Mudryk or from the Ukrainian FA. But I think it's going to end up being Chelsea versus the Ukrainian FA in court, because this happened during international duty. He got found. Whatever he took would have been taken when he went on the November international break, so it was out of our jurisdiction. So any money that we lose, any money that we stand to lose, I can't lie, you're throwing that bill straight to Ukraine and you're telling them pay back for it. So that's all I really got on the Mudryk situation. It's a bit of a bummer for him. I do feel bad for him as a person because, your career's fucked. Like, you might have a career in the game still, but not in the Premier League. You might end up having to go back to the Ukrainian league. And I guess that's a little something for you, and that's it. But how are we feeling about Mr. Talent Ain't Enough, guys? How are we feeling?
I would say it's expected. I remember doing this show, and we saw, like, what was it, the drug and the amount of the athletes that were taking it and what countries they were from. We knew what was going on. You can see by his face and the way he plays as well, bro. That he plays too erratic to not take drugs. Like, you can just tell by the man's play style, like, and you can just tell by just the way he looks. He just looks like he's not on his planet half the time. He's not on his planet. He's not on his planet half the time.
So these are the lists of people that have been banned from using meldonium, and it's much more used in Eastern Europe. Just to keep that in mind too. So we got Russia, Ukraine, Sweden. I got one of my brothers in there. Big up. We got Russia, Bulgaria, Russia, Belarus, Russia, Romania, some more Russians. We got a Norwegian in there, a Romanian, then some more Russians, a couple Lithuanians, some Ukrainians, 2 from the US, and then some more Russians, a Polish brother, someone from Ireland, Kazakhstan's in there, there's one from Italy, Russia, Australia, and then there's MUDRYK for Ukraine. So, majority Eastern Europe.
I don't know about none of these drugs. Like, is it an injection that he takes? Is it a pill? Like, I don't know nothing about these.
I think you can take it as a pill or an injection, but it's meant to be a drug that helps you with recovery. It's meant to be something that helps you recover quicker from, like, events or from, like, whatever you're doing in it. But I don't know why he needed that when he was barely playing for us. He was only playing in the Conference League.
Weird. Ukrainian Conor Ben. It's mad. Maybe it's the eggs. Maybe you can blame it on the eggs. Maybe it's the dodgy eggs. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? They're always gonna deny it. They're always gonna say they have no knowledge about it. The only people that know is him and whoever's looking after his diet and his recovery and everything else like that. The people around him. So it's just one of them ones, isn't it? Like, he just got to prove his innocence, isn't it? Like, I don't know. These days, with the players knowing about these bans and knowing the restrictions on certain things, like, it's down to him. Even if he didn't know, it's still his fault. You know what I mean? Like, you're in charge of what your body intakes, and he's got no one to blame but himself. He should be in charge of his career, especially you're earning this amount of money. It's your career. Do you know what I mean? You got to be looking after that. You can't be blind and say, "Oh, I don't know anything." Like, it's down to you, innit? It's down to you to know what you're doing, what you're taking, and monitoring the people around you. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think it's naive. And at the very least for him, it could be naive, because I could understand a scenario where he's taken something that, like, a personal trainer of his has recommended, and he hasn't really looked into what's in it. Because it's something that is legal. You can buy it over the counter in Ukraine, but it's illegal in the UK, and it's illegal for use in sport. So at the least, I could think maybe you've just, like, naively taken something and you've not really looked too deep into it. But that's also why this ain't a Chelsea problem. This is a Ukraine FA problem, because this happened on your watch. This didn't happen on our watch. If he gets found guilty and if he gets convicted of this, we want our money back. We want our wages back. Already, we don't have to worry about the add-ons and all of that. That's one positive. We don't have to worry about the 26 million on top. That'll be done now, because he ain't getting none of those add-ons. But the remaining 66 that we got to amortize, and the wages that at least throughout the time where he was first convicted for it, yeah, you got to run me that back. You got to run me that back. So I guess, like, it's not all bad for us from a Chelsea perspective, because we've already written this off as a flop for the best part of a year or two. And the rest of our rivals have done it from day one. So if I can recoup something from this, can't lie, glory to God. Thank God. It's not worked out too bad for me. But bar that, I couldn't care less. I would have replaced him this season anyway.
If he didn't know, yeah, and it's a substance that he doesn't know, they surely have a list of banned substances. So we could have just done his Googles, bro. He's got a cell phone. You know what I mean? Like, you can check it on the spot.
Man got banned, didn't it?
You get me, like, bro. Check. You can't just say, "Oh, well, I don't know. I'll do a little bump." You know what I mean? I do a little cheeky bump and see how it goes. Like, check it, bro. Do you know what I mean? Surely there's a list of banned substances if you're not sure. Ask somebody at the club or ask somebody, do you know what I mean, that is part of the medical team and say, listen, I'm not too sure about this. Do you know what I mean? What would you think about this? Should I be taking this or should I not? Is it okay? Like, you can ask the people that are, the club ain't going to advise you to be taking, well, I would believe the club would be advising you to be taking banned substances. So it's not hard, bro. Like, literally just check it. Just check the list. That's all. If it's not on the list, then you can say, okay, well, it's not on the list. So what are you doing?
Check your trainers. Because whatever trainer you got is fucking garbage. If he managed to get you on this knowing that you're working in sport and going to the UK afterwards for a club as high profile as Chelsea. Like, I don't know how regularly they do like tests and everything in other countries. But even then, in Ukraine, I don't think this drug is illegal. It's in the UK. And then also like maybe it's even in a footballing sense in general because it's a banned drug in the sport of football. So how are you still letting this guy take something with that drug in there? So I'm not saying MUDRYK took it. I wasn't saying he was on the bump, but I'm saying someone gave him something with that, and that's his fault.
Do the other Ukrainian sports people that take this drug then get away with it? Because it's like different sport or whatever. Is that the case? Is he the first one to be banned for this?
It'll probably be dependent from the sport. But if you look at this, football banned, motorsport banned, CrossFit, athletics, canoe sprint, Gaelic football, curling, MMA, volleyball, handball, tennis, MMA, biathlon, weightlifting, boxing, judo, skeleton. I don't even know what that is, but whatever. Cycling, biathlon, figure skating, short track speed skating, and speed skating. They've all got banned off that. This is probably banned everywhere.
Well, it said that wrestling it wasn't. In wrestling it wasn't apparently. Well, there was 3.
Oh yeah, wrestling got cleared. Wrestlers got cleared. Cyclists got cleared as well. Okay, so it's dependent on the sport then, not each one.
Makes sense.
Well, best of luck, MUDRYK, and all of that, and I hope you're still able to keep your career on track, but that is what it is. Moving on to the fixture lists. Moving on to the fixture list for this season. I did a video speaking about Chelsea's one, and I'm really happy with the way our fixture list has come out, just because I wanted an easy start to the season. If we're coming back late from the Club World Cup, do not give me a fuck ton of Big Six games on the spot. Now, they've given us Man United away. We got West Ham away first of the season, which isn't the easiest one for us, but I would have preferred that to another Big Six away day. Still probably won't end up going anyway because fuck doing West Ham away. It's a nightmare. But I wanted to bring this chart because it basically brings up all of our starts of the season in terms of fixture difficulty. And Northside, I didn't deep it with you guys, but fuck me, your start to the season is not good. This isn't even the first 6 games, so it doesn't take the fact that you have to go to St. James's Park as well. But you start the season away at United, then at home against Leeds, then away at Anfield, at home against Forest, at home against City, and then away at Newcastle. And it is so important for you guys to have a good start to the season. Because I remember Hassam saying something to me, and like it actually resonated with me a lot. Where if you have a team that's competing constantly for the league and they don't get it, and they don't get it, and they don't get it, if they have a bad start to the season, you could just see them get demoralized from early. And you could go one or two ways with the start of this campaign. If you go and you hit the ground running and you ball out, you already open up a gap on your title challenges, and you have a wave of momentum to ride for the remainder of the season. But if you don't, that could be a really nasty season for you guys still. But how are you feeling with your fixtures as a whole? And how are you feeling with the start of the season for you?
Yeah, good. Let's get this manager out as quickly as possible. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care. Like, you got to play all these teams anyway. Are we prepared? Like, forget about the fixtures, yeah, because my fan base probably start crying about the fixtures. Forget the fixtures. Are we prepared? As it stands, does it look like we're going to be prepared? Does it look like we're even strengthening the team to get it to be stronger than it was last season? No. So it doesn't really matter for me. Like, we've been 8 points clear in a title race. and come up short. Why? Not because of fixtures, but because of the fact that we're not good enough as a squad. The talent's not there. The manager's not good enough. So to me, it's all irrelevant. Like Arsenal, last season, we didn't have a great start to the season. But seasons prior to that, the 2 seasons before that, we had decent starts to the season. And what did we do? Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not prepared. Like, whether you face at the start of the season, midway through the season, the end of the season, you still need the squad available. You need the right manager. You know what I'm saying? And we're just not prepared in every aspect. So for me, it's all irrelevant to me because, bro, Liverpool are pushing forward. Man City are pushing forward. And what are we doing? We're stagnant. We haven't even built on last season. And last season wasn't good enough again. So I don't really care, bro. Like, hopefully it just gets the manager sacked quicker. You know what I mean? Because I just want him out. I just want him gone. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I
could see him sacked end of the season, though. But I can't see him sacked midway through the campaign unless you're, like, literally doing up relegation scraps. And I don't think you'll get to that point.
There's an argument if he's outside the Champions League spot, then he gets sacked. Because, I mean, Emery got sacked for that in his first season. And all of a sudden, we're getting less sponsorship deals. There's a chance because it's phase 6. And after this transfer window, what it's gonna bump up to what 850 million spent, around that, maybe more. Depends on how much we spend, the players that we sell. So this club only seemed to pull the trigger. I mean, they got rid of Wenger when he got out the Champions League spot. Same with Unai. So there's a very high chance that he will get booted out the club if he falls outside Champions League spot. So I don't know, man. For me,
even that would be end of the campaign, not like midway through. If you're around like 5th or 6th or something in December, they're not going to get rid of him.
Yeah, I can see that. Either way, I just don't think that. I think everyone can see that we're not going to win anything. And the fixtures are irrelevant. Like, we can't control the fixtures. The fixtures are the fixtures. Yeah, they've been set before us. What we can change, we're not changing. So we're just not proactive as a club. So for me, it just doesn't. It's just whatever. I don't really care. Like, I have no expectations going into next season anyway. And I've already said before the fixtures came out that I feel Arsenal are going to regress. I don't see us finishing second next season. I don't see us. I see us struggling to get into a Champions League spot next season. I feel like we can really. We're really going to start declining, big time, because we've been stagnating for a while. So, yeah, man. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. You know what I mean? Just whatever.
Fair enough. I mean, brutally honest, I respect it. Yo, big up to Sam for the raid, man. Big up my guy.
That's the donkey. You're a donkey.
Big up.
We appreciate you, man. Big up to everyone that's joined from Hassan. Big up to all the Liverpool brothers in the chat and all of that. Big up, man. Hit the likes and don't be a MUDRYK. Don't be a MUDRYK, guys. Smash up the likes. So, fuck start the season aside, you guys have a pretty good October to November past that. Then you have Spurs. You always seem to have Spurs and Chelsea in back-to-back weeks. I don't fucking get it. I really don't get it. Shout out Jacob in the chat. Big up, my guy. Actually, I don't think Jay's making it. So, Jacob, if you can pull up, give us a shout, man. I'll drop you the link. Big up, my guy. You always seem to get Spurs and Chelsea in back-to-back weeks, which I never really understand. Then your Christmas looks very good. January, Bournemouth away, Liverpool, Forest away, United home. That's a bit of a fuck January. Your February ain't great either. March is doable. April's not good. And then you have a pretty nice end to the season. So yeah, you got a pretty horrible start to 2025 and all of that. But yeah, all in all, it's more worrying about your running. Mikez, what are you saying about your fixture list? I actually haven't had a look into it yet. So obviously you have Chelsea as the first home game. Then Nottingham Forest away, Spurs at home, Palace at home. Fucking hell. And your Sunderland's first home game of the season. Your start of the season's garbage too.
Yep.
How are you feeling about this?
There's no such thing as an easy fixture for a West Ham fan. There is no such thing. Every single season, I see this team bottle it against the promoted side. I don't think it's happened for the past. Well, actually, no, it didn't happen against Southampton at home. where I crashed out. But even before then, fuck's sake, man. Every single time in every single season, we bottle it against at least one promoted team. And to be Sunderland's first game in the Premier League for 8 years, long day. That's a 3-0, 2-0 written all over it. The only thing missing is a Friday night kickoff. That's the only thing missing is a Friday night kickoff. Luckily, it's 3 p.m. So we're not the headline.
3-0, 2-0.
Bro, definitely a 2-0, 3-0. Look at us right now. We ain't even signed a player. They've signed a player before us. They've got players that I'd like in my team.
Our player plus cash deal for Kudus. That's your fault.
Yeah, because you know who you offered, right?
KDH.
Was it not
He's dependable. Like, I'm not even bringing up Sanchez. That'll be taking the piss. But KDH is dependable. Yeah, alright.
Bruv, like this is what I mean, though. Like, this is what I mean. Look at us in the transfer window. And when someone's talking about unprepared, this is unprepared. So you got to go Sunderland away, then you got to go Chelsea at home. Cool. Like, oh, we usually have a good record against Chelsea. I don't care. Like, good records for West Ham don't mean anything, but bad records do. Like, we don't have a good record anymore against anyone. There's no team we have a good record against. It's just because we haven't faced Sunderland in a while. We might have a good record against them. Like, seeing Sunderland away, Chelsea at home, and Nottingham Forest away, where we've never won in the Premier League, like, since they come back. Then Tottenham at home. We haven't beaten them in 4 years at home. Crystal Palace. We lost there last year. We lost against them last year at home. Everton away, we bottled a lead and we drew. Arsenal away, cool, we won there the last 2 times, but that ain't happening 3 times in a row. Brentford at home, we lost against Brentford at home. I don't care if Thomas Frank has left. They still got the same players. Leeds United away. I think I've seen one win at Ellen Road. I think I've seen one
you'll
win at
beat
Ellen
Leeds.
Road.
You'll beat Leeds.
So, yeah.
Leeds ain't that.
Hey, you haven't learned. You haven't learned, Lewis. You haven't learned. This is West Ham United. They will always prove you wrong with how shit they are. It's West Ham. It's West Ham. That don't mean shit. That don't mean shit, Lewis. It don't mean anything. The only thing I will say, something that isn't going to happen, is I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans saying that they're going to win the league at our ground, and Declan Rice are going to win the league at our ground. Hey, that ain't happening, bro. I've got more chance of winning the league, bruv, at my ground, bruv, and we're fucking shit. We're getting relegated next season, bruv. We've got more likely West Ham winning something at our home ground than fucking Arsenal, bruv. Like that, I'll tell you that for sure, bruv. Like, look at this start. There's not a start that I would have wished for. I don't know who I would have wanted to face first. Because I'm like, I don't know. I don't back us against
every
anyone.
month you'll get licks. April's probably the one where you can say, okay, cool. Palace, you'll probably lose that. Everton, Wolves, you may be able to get a result. And there's less fixtures. But the rest of your months, bro, that's December. December's gonna you man are getting you're going to Valhalla, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Bro, Brighton twice. We're facing Brighton twice before we face Wolves once.
Yeah, December, January, it's meltdown. It's 2 meltdown months for you, bro. December, January.
Oh, bro. I think I'll be dead by the time we get to January, bro. Like, how the hell am I going to cope, bro? Like,
that all depends on United, how shit they are. That'll make or break your December.
Nah, they'll get a jammy goal, man. They always got individuals that would turn up even when they play shit to get themselves some points, man.
Because I can't remember, these guys are about to lose Paquetá and Kudus.
Bro. But that don't mean shit. That don't mean shit.
Shit, like, they ain't been great for you anyway, yeah.
We had Paquetá and Kudus last season. What the fuck did we do? We couldn't even beat Southampton, bro. Like, what does that even mean anymore? It doesn't mean shit. We just got to have Bowen on steroids. That's it. Bowen's got to be on steroids. He's got to have, like, he's got to be taking a bunch of MUDRYK drugs, bro. Like, I can get away with it. I can get away with it, bro. Literally, if Bowen doesn't score, no one scores. So Bowen's got to have the best season he will ever have in his whole career for West Ham to stay up. He's got to go like 25 goals minimum. Like, no one else is scoring. Who the fuck else is scoring goals in our team? Ward-Prowse can't even score a free kick, bro. So who else is scoring? There's no one scoring. Emerson's leaving as well. As if this transfer window can't get any worse. As if this squad can't get any worse. As if the Premier League season next season can't get any worse. The Premier League season ended nearly 3 weeks ago or some shit, and now we're looking at this season, next season, bro. I can't cope. I can't. I thought I escaped West Ham, and then we have a transfer window of these fixtures. Like, what on earth? Like, look at these months. Like, Man United, Brighton, and Aston Villa. Brighton twice in the same month. Manchester City and Fulham. But we
God,
usually
you've
beat
got
Fulham.
Brighton twice in the same month.
Oh,
Brighton aren't great. They aren't good.
Bro,
They're better than West Ham. I can't lie.
bro, they feel
better
it's
than
like
West
Yeah,
Ham.
I keep falling into this trap of looking at it from a Chelsea perspective, innit?
Yes.
That's my problem.
Looking from a West Ham point of view, yeah, this is the same team that bottled a 2-1 lead to Brighton right at the end last season. The same team that lost 3-0 to you lot straight in the first half. The same team that lost 4-1 to Tottenham straight away. There's the same team that drew to Southampton. That's all I really need to
Even
say.
March,
Like,
bro. I don't see you have a
Bro.
win in March. Fulham
No
will beat
chance.
you. City will beat you. Villa will beat you.
Facts.
No wins in March. 100%.
Facts. Unless we.
It's up to
Like-
April to save your relegation scrap.
Oh yeah, and look, we usually win it all.
They're
at
getting
home.
relegated. I reckon you man are getting. Sorry, Max, but I reckon you guys are getting relegated.
Oh, I've been saying this.
Yeah, I
That
reckon
running
I
ain't
reckon
nice
you get
either, to be fair. Brentford could be trying to fight the drop. You've got Arsenal who could be in a title race or top 4 race or anything. Same thing with Newcastle. And then Leeds might be a relegation 6-pointer.
I'm telling you this year. I've got to be I'm at that game. Like I'm at that game, so it's even worse for me. I'm at that West Ham Leeds on the last day of the season. That could be fucked. Leeds West Ham on the last day of the season. We both got to stay up. What the absolute hell? Like, bro. Like, unless we address everything we need to address, which we won't do. We haven't even signed one player yet, and we need to address a lot of positions. Then we are fucked. I've been saying we're going to get relegated. Everyone's like, oh, but what about Brentford? Brentford will be fine. They'll hire like a decent manager. What about Wolves? Wolves are signing players before West Ham. Do you think they care about Aït-Nouri and Cunha going? They expected the man to go. Neto left last season. They're fine. They're fine. They've got Andre. They've got João Gomez. They've got Menetzi. They've got players. West Ham are Bowen and vibes, bro. It's Bowen and vibes. That is it. It's literally Bowen and nothing else. There's nothing else there. There's good players there, but it's not match winners. People keep talking about other things. Like, what about the promoted teams? Leeds are better than West Ham, and Leeds have Daniel Farker. Daniel Farker's shit. They're still better than us. The only other two teams that finished
Player for player, or is it like the way they play sort of thing?
A cohesive team. Like their players want to be there. Their players want to be there. That's the difference. Like they ain't got a better squad necessarily, but they just got promoted. They're gonna make sure they're not gonna make the same mistakes as last time because they've got a different ownership now. So their ownership's more proactive. Their last ownership fucked it for them. They're not gonna get relegated.
Wow. I hope you lot don't go down, but it would be a funny watch to see Millwall West Ham at the London Stadium. I keep saying that. I want to see that one time because they can tear up the fucking ground like we should have. I was man saying bomber in the chat. Probably not anything. Yeah, probably trolling.
I hope Mill will destroy the stadium. If we get Mill, I hope they destroy the stadium.
I hope we do it first game of the season, but our fans ain't on it.
You lot should destroy the stadium. If anyone that goes anyway. If there's anyone in the chat that's going to go West Ham away, yeah, destroy the stadium. Destroy it.
Bun that. That's on Carney weekend. I'm good.
Destroy the stadium. Destroy the fuck out of that stadium.
London.
I don't want that stadium to exist. Like, I'm going there next season, and then when we get relegated, I'm fucking off. I don't care. You think I'm going championship in that stadium?
Season ticket.
Yeah. Like, bro, if it was Upton Park, I'd go. I don't care. But
Rabu, I hear it, but I could never give up that season ticket because it'll take fucking ages to ever get that back. They've only just started doing the waiting list now for Chelsea fans. Before it just used to be a 1-season loyalty point thing. Now they started adding wait lists and everything. Fuck that. Hold on to it for dear life.
I ain't holding on to that shit. If we get relegated, I ain't holding on to shit, bruv. Imagine like trying to get back a season ticket for West Ham for what, bruv? To finish 11th. Like, is that what we're hoping for now, to finish 11th? Even if we finish mid-table next season, do you think I'm going to be happy, bro? I'm going to be fucking happy. I don't care about finishing mid-table.
This one looks a lot better, though. Like, I'm happy with this start of the season. We got Palace, West Ham, Fulham, Brentford, Manchester United. They're all, like, relatively tricky, but they're doable. They're all doable. October, November, that's where it gets a little bit fucked for us. Our running isn't great, but it's better than last season's, in my opinion. ending the season at home to Tottenham and away at Sunderland. Run me that. Run me that. Like you could do a lot worse. You could do a whole lot worse than Tottenham as your last home game of the season. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. Now, January is going to be a bit mad, and December, because you got Champions League fixtures and cup fixtures in between there. We start the new year away at Manchester City, which fucking stinks. And we've got Leeds away in midweek. And bar all of that, I'm relatively happy with our fixture for this season. I just wanted a good start to the campaign, and I'm happy. Jacob, let Thomas Frank live. Fucking hell, let him live for one day. I was going to say I hope he wins the Super Cup, but I actually hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't.
Yeah.
Big up Simo, saying big up Lewis. As always, more power to you. Do you plan on inviting more London clubs to the show? Is that a red card? Oh, fucking hell. He's got him in the face. Oh, yeah, he's probably going off. As always, more power to you. Do you plan on inviting more London club fans to the show? Fulham, Brentford, and Palace. I'll be so real. I like the dynamic the way that it is. I feel like if we literally got Fulham, Brentford, and Palace, this show's going to be 2-3 hours long. And no, like I ain't got time for it. The man, them ain't got time for it. I might like add one more, like special guests and all of that, but I don't think I'm going to change it too much over this dynamic than we got right now, because I actually pretty like it the way that it is. But big up, bro. Big up Simo anyway. Jacob already touched on this earlier, so Mike, while you're still here, I wanted to bring this up again. So it seems like Tottenham are now the next club looking at Mohamed Kudus. We already know the release clause is £85 million, but you said they're apparently willing to take less if it comes down to it. But now Tottenham are looking at 50 million, which I think is a little bit of a violation, especially seeing as you guys never do business with each other anyway. I was looking back, I was doing my research at your last transfer between both clubs was Scott Parker, I think, back in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you guys ain't changed owners. Spurs ain't changed owners. At least with us, like I could believe we could negotiate with Tottenham over things, because it's not Roman versus Levy anymore. It's still Sullivan and Gold with Levy. So would they really give them Kudus for that cheap of an amount?
No, bro. No. Like if there's one thing that Sullivan likes is money, and then not spending it. Like that's what he loves money. Like he managed to finesse Arsenal for 105 million. That's what he loves, is money. Like Tottenham bidding 50 million is hilarious to me, because it's just like, bro, there's generally people that think they can that they're gonna get Kudus for 50 million. Like, as much as I don't rate the guy, when we mean just under the release clause, it's the release clause like 85 million for 10 days. So we're expecting like 65, 70. We're not expecting 50. Like, because the PR is just, the PR's up there. So we're going to use that. We're going to use that to try and finesse someone to pay that much for him. And listen, I wouldn't care less. I wouldn't care less if he left. I don't want the guy to leave necessarily, in terms of like, he's not my priority to leave. I'm not saying like get him out now, and there's worse players than him, for sure. Way worse players than him. Like, but if he stayed or left, I don't really care too tough. Like, cool. If you're one of them guys that's like, if it could have like going to be the whole, I want to win, I want to be in the European competition with West Ham and stuff, which he has referred to, and then goes to Chelsea and Tottenham. I can't lie, I'm not gonna like the guy. But at the same time, cool, you're getting forced to do interviews. It is what it is. But 50 million is never gonna happen. I would love to see what it's like, David Sullivan and Daniel Levy negotiating a deal. Like that would be a hilarious watch if I was on a fly on the wall for that conversation. Because there's no them not just trying to both negotiate the price down.
Probably
That's
wouldn't
crazy.
bid for anyone from each other for the next 20 years, knowing you two.
Yeah, I got 50p. Fuck you, bastard. Is like that, literally. Like literally like that video. Like Sullivan loves money, innit? But he doesn't love spending it, so no one's ever getting 50 million, like, for goodness. Like no one, like, if you can't bid 50 million, I think West Ham are gonna accept that or be the start of a negotiation. That's never gonna happen. Never.
What annoys me is that it probably means it's gonna start a bidding war, which could end up with you lot getting the release clause money that you wanted, when we could have maybe got him for a bit cheaper. Because I believe that we might have a chance of getting Kudus for like 70 million.
Yeah, you can.
And then maybe you throw a player in to like add up the remaining 15 million. Maybe you don't, but there's an idea that you could get him for a bit less than the release clause, but they're looking at like £35 million less, which is a violation.
Yeah.
And like, even though Kudus has been checked out all season, he ain't worth that. He ain't worth that little. He's worth way more.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. The release clause is only for the first 10 days of July. So it's a stupid clause. Because it's just like, who's going to pay for that? They're just going to wait the extra 10 days. It's worth waiting extra to then not pay for that. Like, I generally think, as you said, 70 million and a player does the job. Because West Ham are literally looking for a price just under that. Like, just under 85, really, or like 70 odd, which would be the ideal price. That's literally what we're looking for. And the problem is, I think West Ham are relying on this sale to spend, which is why I think it's going to take so long for us to spend. And it's stupid to me. It's stupid. But at the same time, cool. He wants to leave, then leave. I don't want a player that doesn't want to be here. What's the point then? He's just going to stick it out for the next season.
Then you think it's a catch-22 if your club ain't going to reinvest the funds, though. That's the problem. It's like if he stays, he's not happy. If he leaves, you don't trust your ownership to reinvest those funds in maybe multiple players to fill in multiple positions. So I don't know, man. I think there's ability there with Kudus. I know you're upset with his performance last season, but I've seen ability there. I don't think he's a dead player. Maybe in a squad that is actually cohesive. Not saying that Spurs are. We're still yet to see what they're going to be like next season. Then we'll see, bro. But it's just, I don't know. Maybe a different environment, a different team. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Thomas Frank playing some attacking football and having some players around that can actually help and support him. Maybe you can, maybe you can get more out of him. You know what I mean? But I don't know, bro. Like, a lot of your problems at West Ham just seem like Arsenal problems as well. It's crazy.
Big up Jacob, man.
Big up Jacob. This is the thing with Kudus is like, if you get him into a team that's like running into space all the time, then cool, you could get quite a lot out of the guy. But he literally needs space to thrive on the pitch all the time. If it's a team that's going to play quite slow and side to side and stuff, there's no point using him. And that's the problem with him. Like, he's very one-dimensional in what he's good at. And people always talk about his ball carrying, but what do you guys think happens after his ball carrying? What do you think happens after that? Like, there is no end product there. It's just him rushing the ball.
Is that in general, though, or is that just him this season?
No, it's him in general, though. It is him in general because he literally needs the player to be open space for him to complete the pass. When it comes to a case of him carrying the ball and then him making a decision, he will take about 5 years to shoot, or take too many touches, or give away the ball for when we're here on the counter. That's the problem. Like, his ball carrying is really good, but unfortunately, like, there's nothing happens after that. So as much as people can blame West Ham all they want, I do watch the guy week in, week out. So I do know
that just sounds so nonny-like, just with much better ball carrying.
Yeah, and he's not necessarily a touchline winger either. He's like, if he's going to go on the side and then cut in, he'll show the ball too much to the other side, and he won't actually wrap his leg round the ball. So you're not going to get a proper strike on that. And he's not exactly like the greatest of shooters either, where he's like testing the keeper or whatever. He's only like a really good at like shooting and finishing when he's not thinking about it. It's just quick 1-2 and he's finishing, but that's very rare from him. It's very rare. I think a lot of people like the idea of the player.
Well, you need the right system to get that out of a player. Like with Sterling, for example. Sterling, even back in the day, you don't want to give him too many chances to think. You want to get him in moments where he has to just have an instinctual touch and finish. And then that's how you get the best out of him. So that's probably something that could be rectified by a better system, isn't it?
Yeah, people think like I'm blaming the guy for the whole season.
You've got an agenda, Mike. You've got an agenda.
Yeah, exactly. I've got an agenda, bro. But like, there's worse players than him, don't get me wrong. Like, and he contributed to how bad we were, but he wasn't the sole reason or anything. But it's just a case of like, when you expect so much of what a player should be and stuff, you're gonna have these expectations for when they're hyped up. So when they disappoint, you have to criticize them for what they're meant to be good at and stuff. And I just think people like the idea rather than the actual player himself. He plays too raw for a 25, 26-year-old. He plays like he's just come out the academy. And
I think people underlook Bowen. I feel like a lot of the hype around Kudus should actually be placed more on Bowen than Kudus, bro. Because he's been able to cook on the wing, up front as a striker. And it's just like he's just overlooked. Like, you know, I'll take Bowen at Arsenal. Do you know what I'm saying? Would he be my number one choice? No, not my number one. but I'd take him at Arsenal. I wouldn't take Kudus though.
Yeah,
He
that's
seems
the thing.
too attached to West Ham though. Because like with Kudus, he
Yeah,
wants to leave, but Bowen, there's been no hint of him even thinking about a departure.
Yeah, and if
Yeah,
you
he's
think
not-
it's hard for Tottenham to do business with West Ham, imagine trying to get Bowen away from them. That'd be damn near
Yeah.
impossible.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
I'm right.
Especially with the
Everyone
contract
sub
he's
to
on.
Jacob. Links in the description, by the way. Big up, go on, Mikes.
Yeah, especially with the contract he's on as well. He's got like 6 years left. And he's not leaving. He literally says, I'm not going to leave unless I'm forced to leave. Sort of thing. But Bowen should be getting more credit just in general, like for transfer stuff aside. He should be getting more credit because we literally would be 20th without him. Like, I'm not taking the piss. We would.
Does
be
he
20th
not
without
get credit though? I always feel like he's everyone's danger man when you think about West Ham anyway. You think of West Ham, you think of Bowen. I don't think
Kudus-
of Kudus first.
Kudus gets more credit than Bowen. Kudus gets way more
Wow.
credit than Bowen, just because of the idea of the player and stuff. And that's the kind of the problem, because Kudus and Paquetá are like players that come from Europe and highly thought of and stuff, and we bought them.
Yeah, Brazilian
Yeah,
players
yeah.
with a flair and all of that. Yep.
Yeah, bigger rents for the raid. Like
Big
that's
up
the thing
Ray,
with
Ray.
Big up,
that's
Ray.
the thing with Bowen. He takes on left and right foot. He can play in any system, possession-based, counter-attacking. Doesn't rely on to run into space. Goes and can kite on his left foot. Can go around the outside with his right foot. Takes games by the scruff of the neck. Has leadership skills. Takes responsibility. Does all the hard work off the ball and all of that stuff that English people love as well. So I don't see what else Bowen could do more.
What
to
about the
improve
expected
himself.
arm waves? Has he got that in spades?
No, unfortunately, he does have expected arm waves. We actually don't do that nonsense at West Ham, funny enough, which I'm glad, because, I mean, to be fair, they probably don't even want to try and get the atmosphere up for the London Stadium anyway, because we're all just depressed.
They've probably just
Depressed
given
drunk
up.
and wanna go home. Yeah, we're all just
What's the fucking point?
depressed drunk and want to go home.
Piece.
Depressed
Just
drunk
give
and
him-
want to go home.
Let's
Like,
give him more
legitimately.
beers.
Yeah, literally. The players should just be in a crowd with us and just watch the game itself and then see what we have to suffer with. Might as well give you a beer and then just go in the crowd and just watch the game with us at this point. Like, but that's the thing. That's the thing with Bowen is like he does everything that you need in an inside forward or / winger or whatever. Even when he's uncomfortable in the system or whatever, like under Lopetegui, he still takes the game by the scruff of the neck and puts himself out there. He'll always rise with like a crucial goal to change the game, etc. Like, look at the amount of goals he scored for a shite West Ham side last season, and he's still not getting the credit he deserves. Some people will be like, "What is it? It's because he was in a bad team." But when we were playing good, and we had like the Rice and the Sucheks and whatever, Bowen was still not getting his credit. Then since 2021, this guy's been unreal. He's been unreal, and I've got no complaints.
Since the fucking start, man. Jacob, just to bring you into this as well. So we spoke yesterday on A-listers about the whole Mbuemo links and everything. This probably would be another hint that Mbuemo isn't necessarily happening, but it does also show some decent intent that you're even starting to look at Kudus. My only thing is, 35 million off the release clause is also a little bit of a piss take too. But how are you feeling about these rumors and just the whole situation at Tottenham in general, Frank aside?
Frank aside, I mean, you said the situation at Tottenham, but Frank aside, that's almost impossible.
Sorry.
I mean, have you seen his ugly mug? They finally dropped his interview. Oh my God. I know we're trying to talk about Kudus, but you said Frank, and now I'm thinking about the fact that his face it looks like a map of rivers with teeth in it. It don't make sense to me how we could go from Big Ange to an auraless manager, but hey, you want to hire the lesbian PE teacher, be my fucking guest. I would say this. Mohamed Kudus, for me, is a player I wanted originally when he went to West Ham. That kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. It kind of made me think about him differently. And then I think in his first year, I saw a lot of signs from him. Kind of like what Mike was saying, is still the raw ability that you see, still a little unrefined. And the age for me is not too big of a deal because he got his move at 23 to the Premier League. I still think he's got another year or two to get acclimated and to see what he could actually be. But as far as a forward, I think you sign a Mohamed Kudus or an Mbuemo, and those either one become our best attacker immediately. Because, I mean, think about it. The fact that West Ham got an attacker in Jared Bowen that is better than Kudus, I would objectively, if I had to pick between the two to come to my team tomorrow, it would be Bowen because he's shown a lot more. He's proven a lot more. But even Mohamed Kudus, like, bro, I'm scraping the barrel. You say 50 million for Kudus. I spent 60 on Richarlison. I spent 50 on Brennan Johnson. I'll spend 85 on Kudus, what is that to me? It doesn't mean nothing to me because we spent a lot of money on a lot of bullshit over the years, like 20 million to bring in Thomas Frank. What are we doing? If that's coming out of my transfer budget, if that's the difference between signing Mohamed Kudus or not, we're a failure as an institution. And we've been a failure as an institution for quite some time. But then you go and just take an 11-year jump backwards in time, like we're that dude in the DeLorean trying to make out with his mother. It's just weird business, weird stuff. But if we go ahead and we get Mohamed Kudus, I think, like you said, it does show a sign of intent. It shows that we're trying to sign somebody. And I would say it would make it a little bit easier for me to say, okay, Frank isn't completely that useless uncle that's inviting you to the tool shed. Bro, I'm trying to enjoy the birthday party. Don't invite me to no tool shed looking ass. Bro, I'm so sick of these fans. They're doing this whole like, get on the train, hoo hoo, toot toot, just back the manager, hee hee. And it's like, what is he giving me? What is he giving the world? What is he giving football in general to say, yeah, let me choo choo? No, take that train to Busan somewhere else, bro. I ain't getting on that zombie cart. I ain't fucking with that. These ugly ass, bro, I'm telling you, they just want a dude with a 30-inch waist as their manager. That's what Tottenham fans want. Can he get me top 8 and does he have a 30-inch waist? And does he do this with his hair? Hee. No, Frank is here. Yeah, can you leave now, please? I can't wait for 18 months when this motherfucker is jobless. Going back to the trailer park. Hang on, let me get my Who's that? Oh, that's Methadone Tommy coming around the corner. He's back in town. Oh, here we go. 8 miles bumping again.
Did someone say pills?
Hey. Hey, 4 years is crazy. What did he do?
He took meldonium. Well, not deliberately, but like someone gave him meldonium on international duty. So I'm hoping Chelsea sues the Ukrainian FA. And we get our money back.
There you go. You just say it's a war crime or something. They're still in the war, right? There's still a war going on over there.
Yeah. I think that was the side that took Roman's money. I was meant to say Roman's money.
So it's all stacked against them. No, but what I would say, Spursy, you know, you try to change the leopard stripes, huh? You try to think that, you know, potentially there's a changing of the tides. Maybe the wind will take opposite direction and completely move in a different manner in which it has ever moved. And no. The answer is prolifically no. Like Michael Myers in Halloween, Spursy never dies. It only gets slowed down. But eventually he'll always find you. You can stab, you can burn, you can kick, you can run, you can walk, you can drive. It don't matter. You ain't getting away from Spursy.
Yo, that reference of the sheep that jumps back into the ditch after being saved is the best example of Tottenham ever.
It is. Levy is such a joke, bro. There's a interview with him and that Indian dude they signed from Arsenal. And they're like, Vinay, yeah. They're like, we're gonna compete on all fronts, guys. That's our bread and butter, guys. When has that ever been our bread and butter, bro? It has never been no bread and butter. It has been, if it is bread and butter, it's stale, and the butter's got mold growing out of it, maggots crawling all over it. This ain't no bread and butter. Like, since I've been a fan, and I've talked to fans who've been fans 4 times as long as me, they said, well, I don't remember a time in which we've ever competed on all fronts. So I don't know what this line is. Yeah, you know, we did win a trophy, you know, the one of 3 in our entire 143 years. But we want to compete on all fronts. And to me, it's just blasphemous.
So this is meant to be the reference of what Tottenham is.
Yes.
See the sheep?
And Thomas Frank is that guy. Or not Thomas Frank, Ainge, sorry. That's Spursy though, that animal. There you go. Right back in where you belong. There's quite a few examples of these as well. Like there's another one where it's like there's no water in the ravine. You know, the fact that everyone is just so blindly accepting the fact that they're hiring a manager whose literal best credential is he says yes so good. Like, what is that as far as, you know, yeah, sir, give me the Fortune 500 job. I'm going to say yes so good. The Gucci brand of yes men we got. Like, sure, Ainge is a yes man. I feel like all managers are yes men to a degree. And I'd say Ainge is like the Walmart brand of a yes man. We got Gucci now, and everyone's like, yeah, we did it, guys. We did it. I thought that was a stick that we beat Ainge with, was for accepting the draws
You
that we gave
upgraded
him.
on the yes man.
We spent 20 million to bring in a yes man of this level.
Well, gotta get you at least higher than 17th.
But is he going to bring me a trophy? Because he hasn't in his whole entire career anywhere he's been.
He got one game to show it to you. One game. If you can do it against PSG, then shit.
Well, I did say, and I'm going to be screwed now because the more I look at his face, the worse this tattoo idea sounds. But I did say if we win the Super Cup, I'd get his ugly fucking face right here on my bare arm. There's nothing here. Just Frank if he wins it. But that's going to suck because I would hate to have a map of rivers with teeth on my arm. It would suck.
But if that comes with a Super Cup trophy, I'm sure it's worth it.
Yeah, hey, because I'm a simple man. I said, give me European glory and I'll love you. Until then, you're Trailer Park Tommy to me.
Trailer Park Tommy, I respect it. No, Hassan,
Trash
you gotta
can
let him
Tommy.
grieve. You gotta let him grieve, brother. I understand.
Bro,
I get it.
Okay,
But I still
it's
haven't
not,
got
it has
over
nothing to
losing
do.
the Danish Maldini.
Ainge is
Andreas
only
Christensen, man. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it
Fucking
happens.
People get it misconstrued because I don't like Tommy, but like, what has he done before? All right, hang on. I'm getting my thoughts mixed up here because I really try hard to differentiate. Like, it's not about sacking Ainge. You want to sack him for getting 17th, that's fine, but improve. Don't regress. Take a step forward in a fucking direction, not go back to a guy. Well, Poch was unproven. Hee. It's like, what did he prove when he was here? What has he proven since we hired him from
Fuck
Southampton?
Poch. Fuck Poch.
But there's still Tottenham fans just shaking it. Like their name's Shakira. They're at the club. That skirt's a little too tight. You know what I'm saying? That thing popping out the ends. That's what they want to do for Poch. And that motherfucker could barely win with USA. And we play Trinidad and Tobago.
You know what? Playing Trinidad. Oh, yeah, shit. US. I forgot about that. Fuck. Well, I don't know. I hope Thomas Frank fails as well. That helps. I'm sure we all hope Thomas Frank
He will.
fails, right, guys?
He will. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. Right, we gotta go through these super chats quickly. Big up Carefree, bruv. Why do these Avies get worse and worse? The fuck? Is that 5 Lukaku's? My
that's bad work right there. If that's 5 Lukaku.
no, you know what? This is still better than the last one where he had me with Havertz and Poch. This one's
Oh,
why do you do this shit? Kudus, João Pedro, Gittins, or someone else? Yes, someone else. That someone else would be Ekatike. That would be it. Now, let me get this shit off the screen. Big up, though, man. Big up. Big up, Jeremy saying, actually never met a more clueless football fan. Which one of us are you talking about? I'm confused.
That could be about me, to be fair. That could be about anyone.
That could be about any one of us. But big up, Jeremy, man. Big up, bro. Big up, Blaze saying, Jacob, invert the wing, says he's a top manager. Surely he is.
Yeah, that account is a joke of a human being. I'm pretty sure they live with their nan still, using fucking Delhi Wi-Fi from next door.
Delhi Wi-Fi.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, bro.
I said, Mom, the convenience store changed their Wi-Fi password again. I don't care what he thinks, bro.
Yo, Heel Jacob is amazing, man. This is one of the greatest turns I've seen on football YouTube. I love it, man. I love it. You know what? Give Frank 5 more
I
years
enjoy
and
being
this is the
happy
Jacob we
and
get.
shameless and delusional. It's a lot more fun. I promise you. I don't enjoy this as much as I enjoy just goofing off. Because it's like upsetting. I'm getting notifications of Frank officially here, guys. It's like, oh God, I was hoping that he was
Frank
actually
Day.
MIA.
So it's Frank Day. Big up, Frank. Big up to as well. Blaze saying Jacob's Lee Gunnarock, Presto's Mutants. Trust. Heel Jacob, man. This is the real one. He's changed his look. He's changed a channel name. He's changed everything. He does everything that a heel does. New Jacob. Love to see it, man.
I'm learning what this means, and I think it's a good thing. I heard John Cena did it, and no one can
Yes.
see him. So
Heels are
good.
basically like the bad guys in wrestling.
okay,
So you've
so I
turned
become a
into
bad guy.
Yes.
Okay,
You've turned
well,
on
that
top
makes
man.
sense because I lose about 11 subscribers a day. Because I'm not all immaculate
most
vibes
girls go
anymore.
down.
I'm just too honest, I guess. I don't know.
But that's why everyone likes the heels. The heels are just honest. They don't pander. Welcome to the right side, man. We've been here
Hey.
for years. We've all been here for years. And big up to Vaddy saying, big up Lewis and Northside, my light-skinned brother. Big up Vaddy, man. Big up to you, my guy. Big up to every single one of you. We got 600 plus here. Big up to every single one of you, man, that's in here. Sub to everyone. Link to all the channels, including Jacob's, is down in the description below, people. So check that out. Just to bring this up, Borussia Dortmund are demanding 65 million, including bonuses for Jamie Gittins, which is 55 million pounds for Jamie Gittins. Don't get me Malik Fofana. I've had enough. I'm sick of doing this. We have all the leverage in the world. He don't start for them. He don't fit their manager's style of play. He doesn't want to sign with anybody else, and they're still trying to raise the fee. Fuck them. Fuck them. Don't give them another bid. Don't give them another penny. Let Gittins sit there, rot, get pissed off. Don't turn up to training and end up leaving for a fraction of the price that these dickheads are trying to push for. Fuck this.
So is that two different transfers that they just
Transfer
jacked the
saga
price up
for a
on
guy
y'all
that is
like that?
cup tied. He's cup tied. He cannot play in the Club World Cup anymore, which means there is no point bringing him in until August. What is the point? What is the point? Go get Malik Fofana, man. I'm bored. I'm fucking bored.
Can I ask you something, Lewis? Do you think that y'all's recent business in the transfer windows have led to teams kind of just jacking the price up on you at will? Because with Magnan, it was kind of the same thing. Mignon. I'm not sorry.
No,
I
but
don't eat
even
many
then, they asked for
croissants.
25 million, which I think I don't care. I'll pay that for him anyway. I don't care if he's got a year left. Our club's being bitches.
And that's the thing is you're going to re-sign him anyway. Most of the time, you re-sign the player that you sign in the first place. I don't know. It seems silly.
Yeah, there's no point with this one. Like, you want to drag this one because of CWC tax, but you don't want to drag Mignon because of CWC tax. It's fucking boring. Fucking boring, bruv. But yeah, welcome to this shit window. It's not good for any of us. Northside. I wanted to talk about Rodrigo. Because it seems for both of us, well, Rodrigo and Nico Williams, because I don't think we're getting either of them. We've heard that Nico Williams is now Barcelona's priority target, and he's, I think, basically has personal terms agreed with them. But even that one, I was never really fussed about anyway, because I never thought either of us would get him anyway with the amount that he was asking for. This, though, it looks like Rodrigo hasn't agreed anything with Arsenal. He hasn't opened talks with Arsenal, and he hasn't even said that he wants to leave Real Madrid yet. I don't think he goes. I don't think he joins Chelsea. I don't think he joins Arsenal. I think he just stays at Real Madrid. Same energy with Nico Williams. And then I don't know who you're getting in terms of your striker or your left wing, because it seems like even with Sesko's come out, his agents come out and said, we have a clear plan. We'll never force or blackmail Leipzig. We do things the right way or not at all, and he will only leave for a special club and project. Gyökeres, I don't think there's been any movement on him yet either. So what the hell's going on over at Arsenal? That's what I wanted to ask.
Nobody knows, bro. Nobody knows. You know what I mean? Nobody knows. Yeah, the rumors were that Rodrigo's unhappy at Real Madrid, but why would he be unhappy? He's a starter. If there's a player there that would be unhappy, it'd probably more likely be Ardgula. You know, he's got limited minutes. He doesn't get into the starting 11. So if there's a player that was unhappy there, it would be more believable if it was him. Why would Rodrigo want to leave? I remember when we got Savić on loan, he decided to go back to Real Madrid. You know what I mean? He wasn't a starter, and he collected trophies. So I don't know, man. I don't fully believe it. Like when we got Alexis Sanchez, he was unable to get into the starting lineup at Barcelona, so it made sense. You know what I mean? He wasn't going to get into that team with MSN, and he just wasn't going to get into that team, innit? So we end up getting Alexis Sanchez because he wanted to play regular minutes. Rodrigo gets regular minutes. So if it's about minutes, I'm not hearing it. If it's about, money, they can already give him the money. I don't really see why it'd come. There's reports saying today that Real Madrid have set the price for him, 70 million euros. I just don't really believe it, bro. Like we had this price.
Yeah, 90.
90. Sorry, I meant 90.
Yeah, I think it's 70 million pounds or something like that.
Yeah, 90 million euros. I don't believe it, bro. I don't believe it. Mbeumo hasn't been convinced to come to Arsenal. Why would Rodrigo? We can't even convince Mbeumo. You know what I mean? So I'm not really hearing it. I think a lot of these players aren't really sold on the project. And I don't really think we got the money like that, which is another thing. I thought we had the money, but then I started digging into our finances and stuff, and we can spend about 100 million without selling anyone until we start, the money starts drying up. We've got a load of players we still need to sell because of we're still paying off because of amortization, like Moreno, Havertz, etc. We've got a high wage bill, so I don't really think we got the money for it. Like we're trying to lowball the Zubamendi deal, we're trying to lowball the Rodrigo deal, the Mbeumo deal, the Gyökeres deal, the Sesko deal. I don't really think we got money like that, and it's all because this fan base wanted to celebrate players that aren't good enough. Calafiori, it's crazy. Partey, apparently, we tried to listen to how shit my club is. Yeah, Partey, yeah, we let his contract run out, become a free agent, then we want to start talks of negotiating a new contract. Now that he's out of contract.
What the fuck?
He could get a sign-on bonus with that, though. The fuck?
But why does he have to stay here? He might want to have a big sign-on bonus. He can still play at the elite end. When he's in form, he's still our best midfielder. So, and to replace him, this is what I said. If you're not going to re-sign him, yeah, then sell him while his stock was still high, and you can get money in. Because to replace Partey for his quality on his day, yeah, is about what, 60, 70 million when he's in form. So if you haven't got money like that, you just created a 60, 70 million pound problem in the midfield that you didn't have to do. But that's my club, not proactive. Jacob talking about his club's not serious. My club ain't serious as well. My club ain't serious. We went from ripping up contracts and saying we're never going to let players run down their contracts. We let Reece Nelson run down his contract, gave him 100k. We let Nketiah run down his contract, gave him 100k. And now Partey, we let him run down his contract and give all the power into the player, and thinking that we can just re-sign him. It's ridiculous, bro. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I don't really.
You man are moving so clumsy, man. I know Rich coming from my club, but you man are moving clumsy as hell.
Maybe Partey can get maybe get sign-on bonus to sell block 1 or some shit. I don't know. But that's the only place I can see him go. Like that'll be so wrong.
I don't see us doing anything, man. Like I just feel like this club, bro, they're just moving like idiots. Apparently, we're getting linked to Laporte as well. It's just whatever, bro. Our assistant coach has left for Parma. So another one that was part of the project has left. Edu obviously left, and now I think he's called Cuenca or whatever his name is. The assistant, he's now left. It's like, why didn't he want to stay? What's he going to win with Parma? All due respect, what's he winning with Parma? Surely you'd want to stay for phase 6. People told me we're going to expect major honours in phase 6. Why would you not want to stay?
Got one good thing.
It's a joke, man. My club's a joke. And this is another one, yeah. They're gonna drop this year. When we miss out on Mbeumo, when we miss out on Gyökeres, when we miss out on Rodrigo, we miss out on all these players, yeah. Lookman, all these players, yeah. We'll drop. Oh, don't worry, guys, don't panic because Lewis Skelly signed a new contract. That's what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? But Lewis Skelly, I can see why he'd stay because at the moment he's got no competition in that left back role. There's no competition. Calafiori is no competition for him. Timber and Ben White are fighting for the right back position. Kivior's not going to challenge him. So stay at Arsenal, get a big contract, stay at Arsenal. You're at a club that the fan base are certified losers. So they'll always celebrate and back the players no matter what. You don't need to win anything. You know what I'm saying? So just stay here where you can get big money. The fan base will back you and tell you that you're the best left back in the whole world. And you don't have to win nothing. And then when you get into your prime, you can just do a Van Persie or do Adebayor, Nasri, Fabregas, and go to a club that's gonna win something. And that's it. Because there's no pressure at Arsenal. There's no pressure. There's no pressure in the transfer window. There's no pressure for the last couple of weeks, the last couple of years of us not winning anything. There's no pressure. I mean, what's the reaction of Spurs winning a Europa League? Because I can't see the reaction from this club. Are they hurt? They're not hurt. It doesn't matter because we're above Tottenham. But these are the deals we do quickly.
Yeah, that's Tyrannosaurus Kepper, bruv.
I forgot Arsenal signed him. That's funny.
Market opportunity when we could have just went in for Keller.
Yeah, how much did Kelleher go
that's
for?
Nuts. Kelleher was right there.
Yeah, he went for cheap too.
Saying, you know what, there's not really much better number 2s out there, and there's a whole Kelleher or an Ortega. That's crazy.
Okay. It's okay.
But wasn't Kelleher leaving because he wanted to be the number 1?
Yeah, and he can be number 1 at Arsenal. He can be number 1 at Arsenal. I don't really like Raya. I think he
compete with David Raya, but do you think he outright takes it away from him if he comes in here or goes?
Why not? Listen, Raya is a good shot stopper, but Raya can be clumsy and he can sometimes put us under stupid pressure with his decision making.
He ain't great at long shots either.
Yeah, like it's not
like
Raya
are like a what's his name, Marmoush's dream in front of goal.
Do you know what's funny, Lewis? Yeah, the same fan base that are gonna tell me, that told me when I said about Kelleher, they told me, oh, but Raya's number 1. You didn't want him in the fucking first place. You were cussing him because we had Ramsdale. Now all of a sudden you care about Raya being number 1. Oh, okay then.
First season Raya, you know.
Raya's not. I'm not saying Raya's shit. I'm not saying that. But I'm not gonna go on like he's an amazing goalkeeper that can't be challenged and can't. You know what I mean? I think Kelleher. I would tell Kelleher, listen, come to Arsenal. And you have the opportunity to become number 1. Like, it's not about favoritism. It's about who's performing, isn't it? So the same way that Odegaard should be dropped to be number 2. And if we don't get a number 10, I want Ethan starting. Because I've seen Ethan performing in 10, 15 minutes after seeing Odegaard with 80 minutes and numerous occasions not doing anything on the pitch, not performing, not scoring goals, not going forward, getting pressed out in the midfield. So it shouldn't be about favoritism, but my club is about favoritism. It's about if your face fits, if you're one of the manager's favorites. That's what it's about. People talk about Skelly and his great season, and he's had a great season. But so did Ethan with less minutes. With less minutes, you know, this guy would perform and still hold bench. A man go on like, oh, Skelly, we got to keep holding him. He's in the starting 11. But they don't want to talk about Ethan getting in the team because they don't want to put Odegaard on the bench. Odegaard's shit, bro. He's shit. He's good for 70% of the season. That 30% when it's time to get over the line, what does he get me? Can't even get me an FA Cup.
Lewis Skelly's only made it because of how off form everyone's been in that position. Odegaard's the captain too, so he ain't ever getting dropped.
Do you think Lewis Skelly will end up like Saka, where it's like he's been overplayed so much in his own position that he'll end up just cooked for his age? Because I feel like because you ain't got any competition there, and Arteta's very stubborn on his team selections. Like you see Odegaard play all the time, as you said. Rice is already like getting injured at Arsenal because of how many games he's played, and he's been playing with injuries at times. I feel like Lewis Skelly might end up the same. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I think, look, he's a natural midfielder. He's performing at the back, kind of like what Saka did when he came, like when he got his opportunity as well. But we'll see, man. We'll see. We do have players that can play at the left back position when we need to give him a rest. It's just the drop in quality is dramatic. That's just a problem. I mean, that's the only thing. I mean, I know Timber can play there, but you know, Skelly's making it his own.
But I'd like to see him crazy that a guy you bought in the summer with Calafiori. How much did y'all spend on Ricardo? That he can't even come in and take the job away from a 19-year-old homegrown?
Jacob, but we've been doing this though. We bought a DM that can't perform as a DM, but can do a decent job as a striker. That's what we did. We bought again. We buy
Moreno in the 9. That was funny.
What is the difference between Calafiori and Zinchenko? Could you explain that?
The trim.
One doesn't cry all the time.
I was gonna say I've not seen Ricardo teary-eyed.
This is a trim. That's
When
it.
you look at their game, yeah, would you say that both of these left backs can defend?
Just remember that Zinchenko slander name.
No, I think that they both are okay at getting forward and they're good passers of the ball.
So we replace a left back that can't defend with another left back that can't defend. This is what we do. But he's good going forward. Okay, then why didn't we just keep Zinchenko? You see how this club don't make no sense? Why did you need an upgrade then? Because you already got a fullback that can do that. This club makes no sense, bro. It never makes any sense. The same way as getting Kai Havertz that we don't know what his position is. Maybe his position is, I don't know, Adam 22's wife on all fours. You know what I'm saying? Getting plowed. Maybe that's his best position. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's effective then. But when it comes to playing football, what's his...
Spurs fans will be sitting in the corner. Don't worry. It'll be a crowded room.
I'm tired of it, bro. I'm tired of it. You know what I mean? But this is what we do. This manager thinks he can transform players. You know what I mean? But what, bro? It's just, bro. I'm so sick and tired of this club. There's nothing positive I can say about this club. I actually hate this club. I love this club, but I hate this club.
Me too.
It's a very fine line between love and hate because they're very extreme emotions. And if you didn't feel one way or the other, it's like, do you even love?
You can just, in the middle, it's like apathy. You have apathy for the club. Or
I think I'm there. I'm crossing that line. I am the goat stuck in the ravine right now, just accepting my fate.
I never thought you feel that way so soon after a trophy, though, man.
Dude, and the Spurs fans tried their hardest to bring me down, but then the club said, don't worry, if the fans can't bring you down, we will. And they made sure to do that.
Yeah.
Was it 3 weeks after we had a parade? We teased season 3 with some of the most iconic speeches. I had Hyungmin's son. I had a drunk at a parade cursing at the crowd, saying, we fucking did this. I fucking love you. And I'm like, yes, this is what the game is about. And then they're like, you know, on the 2 week, I think it was 2 or 3 week anniversary of that parade, we're going to announce that Ainge is like, and not only that, I got mud all over my face too, because I was trolling the clickbait merchants for saying that Ainge was sacked on Monday when it wasn't until, what, Friday, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got mudded all around. YouTube as a fan, club standpoint, like, all of it just sucks. So I feel Northside, you know, I feel his pain. He said that they're announcing Lewis Skelly to ease the blow. Well, at least you had that announcement. Our announcement was Ben Davies. That we picked up another year on Ben Davies' contract. So
do you know what it is? Yeah, it's like people want us to change the tune. Why they're more concerned about us changing the tune, yeah, and being positive. Yeah, why don't the club change? How about that? They care more about
back your manager, guys.
You wouldn't be negative. Actually, no, I say that. Sorry, Jacob. You're kind of the anomaly.
Yeah, but you're starting to see the foolery. Like they can kick on from winning the Europa League. Like they had the opportunity to kick on when they got to the Champions League final. And I said this to Deji. Like I don't see your club moving forward. Like they're just gonna live off of winning that the same way Arsenal love living off of the Invincibles. Like we don't want to kick on, we don't want to push on, we don't want to win more. It's just like, oh, okay, look, okay, let's just keep, you know. I bet you any money they're gonna be dropping. Spurs probably start dropping some merch. You know what I mean? When they won the Europa League again, and just live off of that. The clubs ain't serious. And you know what I'm sick of? I remember when we was paying off the stadium, the excuse was, oh, we don't have no money because we're paying off the stadium. Do you know what I'm saying? Then we paid off the stadium. Where's the players? Oh, we're going to wait to the Champions League. We'll get world-class players. Where are the world-class players, bro? Where are the world-class players? Then they tell me, oh, you can't compete with City. But then we're seeing Crystal Palace lifting a trophy. Newcastle lifting trophies. Do you know what I'm saying? Liverpool, phase 1, lifting a trophy. Chelsea lifting a trophy. What's the excuse? Then they say, oh, but it's too expensive. Bro, the last 2 seasons, we've seen strikers we could have got. We could have got Ivan Toney. We could have got Duran. We could have got loads of strikers. We could have got Santiago Jimenez. There's options there, Dovbik. Pick your choice. They weren't going to break the bank. You can still go out there and buy a striker for a decent amount in terms of today's money. But they don't want to. My club is more concerned with excuses than actually solutions.
Duran's there for a loan, apparently.
It's all excuses, bro. It's just boring, bro. Like, there's no excitement. There is absolutely no excitement. Like, okay, man, I already know how I feel about the manager. But, bro, it doesn't even feel like Berta's here. For me, this window, we don't get the players that we want on Berta out. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't give a shit. I don't want to hear no excuses because right now he's moving like Edu. He's moving like Edu. Tell me every time.
You know, the worst part is he'll be the one that gets thrown under the bus before Arteta by certain others. And I'm not saying you, because like you already know your stance of Arteta. It ain't even worth bringing up. But I mean, for the man who back Arteta, if you lot don't get the title this season and your window ain't been good enough, Berta will get the blame before Arteta. They'll get told bring in a new sporting director.
Well, they said Eddie didn't back Arteta. Arteta's the one that wants Sesko. So what's going to be the excuse then? But then it's going to be, oh, no, but Sesko, he needs time. Fuck off, man. I don't want to hear this bullshit. This guy's scoring the same amount of goals that we were getting from Nketiah or Lacazette. Why do I want this guy? And the funny thing is, yeah, they're like, oh, yeah, but Gyökeres, he ain't that great. He's doing it in the Portuguese league. You filhos da puta were gassing me Fabio Vieira when I told you he was shit. It wasn't just the Portuguese league then. You man got excited for Nuntavage. Now you want to downplay Gyökeres. Like, the audacity of my fan base is crazy. Like,
could it be that Darwin Núñez ruined the image of the Portuguese league because he almost was like almost breaking records there, right?
But bro, you can't ruin the image, bro. Because the reality is, yeah, where did Oblak come from? Where did Edison come from? Do you know what I'm saying? Where did Ruben Diaz come from? Where did Bernardo Silva come from? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, there's too many ballers that have left Portugal. Some work, some don't.
Leao as well, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Vitinha. Eric Dyer, he also came from Liga Portugal.
Where did João Neves come from? Where did Vitinha come from? Do you know what I'm saying? Bro, there's been too many players that have left. Where did Falcao come from? Where did Jackson Martinez come from? Do you know what I mean? So if we're gonna do this, yeah, we can do this. Because at the end of the day, yeah, every league has flops in it. But the reality is, there's been a lot of ballers that have left Portugal. Where did Di Maria come from? So if man want to say, oh, one player, like every league doesn't sell players that are flops, like come on, bro, like it happens, isn't it? It's just at the moment.
I just think of that big price tag of like what was it, 190 million, something like that Liverpool dropped on Darwin Núñez. I would, you know, from my standpoint, I actually really like Darwin Núñez in the Portuguese league. I wanted him to come to Tottenham. Then once I saw the money being spent, I knew it wouldn't happen.
Where did Rui Costa come from? Where did Carvalho come from? Do you know what I'm saying, bro? Come on, man. We're not gonna do this. At the end of the day, yeah, Darwin Núñez ain't a great player, but it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. I'm just sick of it. You can't tell me that that the Arsenal fans like Nuntavage and they liked Fabio Vieira and they defended those signings, but then when we're going in for Gyökeres, now you want to downplay Gyökeres. Make that make sense? Because none of them had a season.
Like they're downplaying it for Sesko too, like that. That's a direct contradiction because he don't even get numbers in the Bundesliga. He just has like a nice goal comp and some good aerial threat. We'll see, because we both don't know what wingers we're getting. Sorry, Mikes.
Sesko scored 15 goals in the Bundesliga. Bundesliga players don't usually translate in the Prem. So how many is he going to score in the Prem? Like 5? Like, what the hell? What are we doing here?
Depends on the team, man. If all you're getting is if you're getting in crosses, that might help him. But it's only going to be crosses and set pieces that are going to be the great deliveries that he's getting. He can't rely on Odegaard for a whole season. And if anything, it won't be Odegaard, it will be Havertz in the 10 because Havertz will be shoehorned into that team one way or another.
100.
You've already had all the reports saying that he's going to start and his wages speak for itself. You're not benching him.
Don't be surprised, yeah, if Havertz starts up front and it's like he puts like Sesko on the wing, like left wing or some shit. Your left wing will be Sesko, bruv.
Like something like left wing as some fucking outside forward with aerial threat would be so nasty.
That's so Arteta though. 6 foot gang.
Poor Lewis Skelly is going to be fucking dying on that left hand side doing all of the work.
Yeah, you can hold that.
Yeah,
you made your bed. You lie in it. Should have followed Ashley Cole's path, but whatever.
Why didn't they ask for Sesko in January? These men were saying, oh, Watkins, Cunha, all of these, man. They weren't. This fan base just go with the flow. That's what they do, bro. And at the end of the season, they
Gazy Watkins bid in January.
Yeah.
It's
when
ridiculous.
Duran already left. Like, Dawson, if you're so interested in Watkins, how come your club didn't go back in for him now? Surely a proper club would have just got him now.
Bro, it's crazy, bro. Let's not forget my club wanted MUDRYK, bro, before Chelsea. Look at the player ID, bro.
Let's not forget some of your fans were asking for MUDRYK back last summer. Do you remember them tweets I was sending you? I'll tell you, like
Yeah.
7 Arsenal accounts that had MUDRYK in Arsenal shirts saying, "Please bring him back. Arteta's got a plan." All of that.
That's what I'm saying, man. This is what I mean. But these men are shameless, Lewis, man.
They will literally buy shit, and Arsenal fans will tell you it doesn't stink. There's something wrong with your nose.
Yeah.
It's just boring at this point, man. It's just boring because it's just your fan base just allow you to go through meaningless seasons, like meaningless. Another year wasted of my life, looking at watching what. That's why when I told you about when you asked me about the fixtures, I'm like, who cares? That's the least of my problems right now. Well, I can't even get we can't even get one of the targets that I want. One, even just one, and that still wouldn't solve it. And you're telling me about fixtures. Who cares? Like, I really don't care, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
You probably think you just get it over and done with. Let everyone else get to the season being over like 7 months before I have. Fuck it.
So I'm saying I want to see what Sesko's doing because we need it. Let's see, innit? Let's see Sesko turning up at the start of that season. Let's see.
Well, he's saying we're waiting for the right club and the right project, which sounds like he's still looking for it. We've got Sesko out of our list since we got Delap because apparently we viewed him as too similar of a player. So that would just leave you guys that have been knocked out of that. So God knows.
You know what I find funny is that striker Strand Larson for the Wolves scored one more goal in the season in the same amount of games as Sesko, but in the Premier League, not in the Bundesliga, which historically Leipzig has not been too kind to people buying, from the Premier League. I think of Timo Werner. I think of Nkunku.
I'm gonna say.
It's literally only Kanate, isn't it? It's only Kanate that's done well.
Yeah. Oh, also Vardiol. Vardiol came from Leipzig, so he's done well. Actually, that's
it might just be
balancing itself out.
Maybe it's just an attackers thing. Maybe it's like defenders and midfielders. Maybe they.
So does that mean Xavi
Nah,
Simons?
Sobozai's not really done well here in spite of winning the league. You got Savić too, who was on loan.
Yeah, but he went right back to the Bundesliga, didn't he? He was a little scared.
Yeah.
Smith Rowe didn't go to Leipzig, did he?
Yeah, he was on loan.
Yeah.
Did he?
He was on loan.
Oh, fuck. That's why his name's on that list. Okay. Thinking, no way. That's bugging. You got Kanate as well. Naby Keita. There's only a couple of hits here.
Yeah, Keita was shocking.
It's just Kanate and Vardiol.
Naby Keita's biggest highlight is his outside of the foot shot always get reposted on Twitter every time someone tries to shoot their shot at a woman.
And his shots goal celebration when he turned into a meme was like this.
Yeah.
Or when you see someone trying to drop game and it's dead and they post that Keita wide shot from the final.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Got a MUDRYK special, bruv. He do that every game. Every game he just hits some poor fucker in row 5 of Shed Upper. It's nearly like the same spot every game. No, Havertz was Leverkusen. Leipzig won't claim him. They got no reason to.
Keeping up with the transfers, the lack of and being frustrated, it's actually harder than watching Mikel Arteta's dead football, man. It's actually harder.
You say that until you have to watch it. You know how many times I've loaded up an Arsenal hate watch and just sat through it and thought, this ain't worth it, bro. I just hope that they better concede and just make this worth something. This is shit. Shit. I spent my birthday, the start of my birthday weekend was me and my mate watching Arsenal versus Bournemouth in the league. Nearly fell asleep at my own birthday drinks. Horrible watching fucking Arteta ball. It's terrible. But hey, I actually think you prefer the transfer news. At least you get a bit of a break in terms of life. It's not like it's not like Arsenal are doing anything.
You don't have to do a watch along or match reaction.
Yeah.
If anything, you watch everyone else. It's Club World Cup time.
You still got to sit there for an hour, just feeling like just liquidate.
Next year you got Portugal instead.
Huh?
Next year you got Portugal instead.
Yeah.
Might be a chance for another trophy.
Yeah. I know. But
at least your nation's doing you proud, isn't it?
Yeah. Because God saw, he's like, you know what, North, you're on the brink you're on that line. You know what I mean? I gotta just, you know what I mean, make sure you're good right now because it's dark days. You know what I'm saying? So he said, yo, let me just give you a little trophy. You
Give
know
a
what I
little
mean?
something, man.
Yeah, man. You know what
Like,
I
you
mean?
deserve it, bro. When you lot won the final, my whole panel was just saying they're happy for you, bruv. Because you suffered enough following Arsenal, and actually, I don't know if Benfica won anything or not, but you suffered enough with Arsenal.
Now Benfica bottled both. They bottled the league and then bottled the cup to the to our city rivals. Yeah, to Sporting.
Fucking hell, bro. Yeah,
Oh
you
my
needed this one.
That is peak.
Yeah.
Yeah, you prefer the season.
Probably one of my worst seasons ever, bro. Like, I've never drank so much Maggie's, bro. Even my bank account was like, yo, slow down with the Maggie's, bro, because it's getting expensive right now. You know what I'm saying? I just said I need my dose. I already told Bossman, I said, I'm here for my medicine. He knows. I just say medicine. I don't even call it Maggie. I'm here for my medicine, bro. He's like, yeah. It's in the fridge, yeah? He's like, yeah. I was like, yo.
Giving you stress.
Say,
yeah. Bossman raised the prices because of you, bruv.
Nah, Bossman knows. He goes, I only keep it in the fridge for you, innit? Because he knows. He knows that shadow over there.
That's that thing with the red cap that you always be drinking?
Yeah. The little, yeah.
I was gonna say I invested in stocks in those. Every time Arsenal lose, I just buy a little more stock because I know it's about to go up.
There you go. There you go, man. I'm telling you, the most dangerous thing, I went Costco and I got the box. Like, I think like 30.
Oh, the 24 pack. Oh, bro.
Yeah, the 24 pack. I finished that in 1 week.
What?
It wasn't even the end of the week. I think it was like by Friday. I was out.
You had like what? You had like 3-4 a day, mate.
Yeah, I was stressed, bro. I was going through a lot, man. The Arsenal were putting me through everything, bro. I can't lie. And my girl goes, I'm never buying you a box again. She goes, it's ridiculous. You can't be. She goes, it's supposed to be work nights. It's supposed to be waiting until the weekend. Stressed, innit? Like, just crack that open. It's just like, just drink away the pain, innit?
Oh, yeah. The recycling must have been nuts.
Now, it's good I don't drink lean, bro, because I feel like I would be a morphine right now. Do you know what I mean? So,
hey, that stuff took too many legends out here, man. You gotta be careful with that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Nah,
I guess the one good thing.
No Maggie right now, man. I'm trying to just calm down. I'm just detaching away from this transfer window because I just can't. It's just too much, bro. This club is 21 years of this shit, you know. 21 years.
Oh, that and Kunku dagger could be fucking fatal at this point. I still remember Fabrice
the
Hawkins.
first two signings being Kepa and then Nkunku would be insane.
Oh my god!
It's like, you just might as well just give me a bank card at this point.
At some point, it just feels like you're bailing out. Not even bailing them out. You're just helping them at this point.
Yeah, when I saw that Arsenal and Bayern were linked, I was like, no way. They're doing it again. At least Kepa, I'd just be like, yeah, just buy a number 2, whatever. Who cares? Can't even like banter that too much. And Kunku, the fuck? That brother's heavy breathing after 5 minutes. I think he'd lose to Jorginho in a race in current day. Fuck, no reason for that. No reason. At least Gyökeres said he's waiting for you over United. That's one thing. You got one player that's waiting for Arsenal. But you got to move. You got to, just do something.
You actually got to pay the money instead of just celebrating someone's interest, Like, Arsenal fans are so stupid. So stupid. Arsenal fans were doing this based on interest, bruv. They were just doing this based on interest.
I won't be caught doing that unless I see him holding up the shirt for me. That's it.
You see, but obviously you guys don't follow Arsenal as closely. But every year, Josh Kroenke comes out, Sky Sports, Arteta, all that. These men are trying to duck the smoke, bro. I haven't seen one interview, bro. Not one. Where's Josh? Where's his crusty dad? Looking like the Tiger King.
They only turn up when the team's in a good point.
Doing nothing.
Like, you only ever hear from Bowley or Clear Lake with us when we're winning games, telling us how this was the plan all along and all of that.
The Tiger King.
It's crusty dad.
His dad does look like the Tiger King. You know what I'm saying? He is, bro. Telling his boyfriend, oh, don't you like porn? Well, maybe you like men. You know what I'm saying? Fuck this guy, bro. He's a wanker, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fuck his dad, bro. Fucking dad looking like Smithers, bro. You waste, man. You know what I'm saying? With that stupid toupee on the top of his head, flipping, put it down with a prick stick from fucking Art Attack. Dickhead. You know what I'm saying? Fuck these, man, bro. Fuck these man.
Yo,
I ain't
the
no guy that
prick
puts a
sticks,
toupee on top of his head. You got enough peas to go turkey and you're putting a toupee with prick stick and PVA glue on top of your head.
Now you
Fuck
know you
off.
gotta go Turkey, bruv. You know Tim Lewis.
Oh
Do you,
my
do
god.
you know Tim Lewis, bruv?
Yeah.
Back again spent like 30 minutes cooking his headpiece, bruv. One sec.
Hey, that's
This
the
is, I
coffee
think
done,
you'll
isn't it?
see.
Well,
I
that's
think
the
this
one
you'll
that his
see,
hairline.
bruv.
It looks like the sunroof off of a Mercedes, isn't it? Is that the one with the sunroof hairline?
The hairline's
Oh,
insane,
it's
mate.
retracting back. Yeah, look at
Oh,
bro, that's the
man.
summertime, bro. That's for the beanie. Look at that. It looks like a retractable flipping soft top, bro.
It looks like
Fucking
Batman's
hell.
mask.
Bro got
Look
the
at that.
convertible toupee. That's crazy.
That's how you got a fucking.
Your hairline like a convertible. That's crazy, bro. That's how you know he's and you can tell he looks like his breath stinks as well. Yeah, I'm saying he's got garlic. Fuck these man, bro. Wasted.
It looks like
These are the
Batman's
man you
mask.
got running
Bro,
Arsenal,
you
bro.
just think when he sweats, that thing's got a long way to go before it reaches his face.
Bro. Look at that, bro. Look at that. You could put a solar panel on the top of his head, bro. Look at that. Look at that fucking conker, bro. Oh my days. Man's got the Roy Hodgson trim, you know. How you got a Roy Hodgson trim, bro? Fuck
Man
you,
said his
bro.
hairline's inverted, bruv.
That's a top.
Oh
Usually
my
you see
days.
man bold, they bold, then they
Look at the
curve
shape
in
of
from
his
the
hair,
back.
yeah, on the
How's
top,
it
yeah?
inverting?
But the shape of his head, yeah, on the top, it looks like a toilet lid. How's your hairline the same shape as a toilet lid? Yo, waste, man. This club is finished, man. I swear down, let's just relegate my club, man. You know what I mean? Let's just try and win the championship.
Is this like the billionaire of Homer Simpson haircuts? Like
Yeah,
the millionaire version?
yeah, definitely.
Oh, God knows what that is, bruv. But
He's got a big jacket, bro, at the back of his head.
This guy,
Oh, what
bro.
the?
I swear.
I
down.
big up Mellow Man for joining the membership. Big up to you, my guy. God bless you. Big up to Emmanuel saying I'm locked up, won't let me out. GG's, MUDRYK. GG's, man. Run me my money back. Run me my money back. I want my 62 million back. Wasted our time. No, that's not edited. That's a real thing. Type in Tim Lewis Arsenal. That's a real thing.
No,
Big up
probably
Carefree,
me.
bruv. Please, again, change the Abbey. I'm begging you. Right? Yes, actually, don't change the Abbey. I'm sure the next one's going to somehow be worse than this. They always get worse. But he said, bro's playing 4-5-1 inverted wing backs on his forehead. That's fucking ridiculous, bro. Man said both wing backs are inverted. Nuts formation, man. That's crazy. How's the hairline bold from the inside out?
Bro, this guy actually wastes time in the morning combing that. That we're not going to tell. Like you're
Nah,
actually
just
there
the
trying
shower
to.
too.
I don't know
You
what
think-
you're doing to it.
You think he does
Yeah,
shampoo
tell
and
us straight,
conditioner
you know.
or just shampoo?
Probably head and shoulders. You know what I mean?
A little
Probably head and
2-in-1
shoulders.
action. That's good, yeah.
Yeah, probably thinking
You
about.
don't
Joe
got to worry
Hart.
about dandruff because when the wind blows, it just blows the dandruff away.
Yeah, bro, it's mad. It's mad. You know what I mean?
Yo, I
It's-
beg you go Turkey just for your own sake, man. Fuck's sakes.
Like,
But
let me
yo,
say
big
that.
up every single one of you that's locked in anyway, man. It's been a fucking amazing show. Big up Jacob for taking over for the episode. Appreciate it. Sub to Northside, sub to Mikez. We're going to send everyone over to Northside as well. He is literally going live right now. So everyone head over there. Big up everyone and up the Chelsea.